StayCity apart hotels, half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose StayCity because StayCity is the smart choice. StayCity, half apartment, half hotel, all across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at StayCity.com.
We're delighted to extend the partnership with Go Ahead Ireland. They're an organisation that serves communities all over Dublin and helps serve our club members around the county, and it's been a brilliant partnership for the last 3 years, and we're delighted to extend for a further 2 years.
Like us, Dublin GAA are embedded in their community, so it was a really natural fit. For us, it was important to find a partner that was inclusive, but also had that community identity, and that's exactly what we found in Dublin GAA. Since we started the partnership, they've been really easy to work with, and we're really excited to continue the journey together.
In those 3 years, we actually accomplished a lot with Dublin GAA. We were privileged to be able to work with both local and national charities with them, as well as working on several GAA initiatives.
This partnership allows us to support Club League and Championship with initiatives such as our Dubs TV live streaming platform. We try and stream as many games as possible, particularly during the championship season where we can from a logistical point of view around grounds, and that is something we will continue to try and deliver over the coming years and keep enhancing club championship product and club leagues around the county across all 4 codes.
In the coming months, we're going to be continuing growing our services. And while we do that, that means that we'll be serving more GAA community clubs than ever before.
This year alone, we're going to be introducing the Development Fund for Accessibility as part of our partnership, which is going to see core infrastructure at Dublin GAA developed. In the summer, we're also introducing the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin LGFA Summer Skills Camps, which will be held in July and August.
As Dublin's best performing public bus operator, we're going to continue to work really hard on delivering for our customers and our communities.
StayCity apart hotels, half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose StayCity because StayCity is the smart choice. StayCity, half apartment, half hotel, all across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at StayCity.com.
We met down at Fairview, and Kieran's brother was a friend of my brother's. We met through them, so when I was coming up to the Devs, I invited Kieran to my Devs. He asked me to marry him, and I said yes, so long as our firstborn child played for Vincent's. And he said, okay, grand. It's great to have our family involved as well. I suppose if the kids weren't as interested in it as we were, it'd be very tough on us.
Kieran's are playing Vincent's. The tension in the house is gas. Mum is obviously Vincent's and Dad is Kieran's, so Mum always claims that she'll give John steak for dinner and she won't feed Kevin. But it's always a bit of a laugh, but I suppose no one takes it too seriously.
She had her hands full. She could have got the job as a bus driver. The amount of dropping off and picking up she did from matches around. Leaving some matches early to go to another match to make sure she got the end of that, or make sure we all got the same amount of attention. There was no favourites.
It means everything. I don't know what we do without it, to be fair. We eat, drink and sleep it.
It's always through the family like the rest of us. There's not enough to put in words, I'd say.
I know my whole life at this rate.
We're very proud parents. That's a huge achievement to have 100% of your family still playing. And we're proud of them all, every one of them.
My name is Niamh Heatherton.
My name is John Heatherton. I'm Kieran Heatherton.
I'm Patsy Heatherton, and as a family,
Our roots are set in the GAA.
StayCity apart hotels, half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose StayCity because StayCity is the smart choice. StayCity, half apartment, half hotel, all across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at StayCity.com.
Ground Force probably is the absolute heart of this club, both in their ethos, the amount of work they do, and just the pure love they have for Naomh Marnoga and the GAA in general. In simplest terms, we probably couldn't function without Ground Force.
the GA was always a bit more than hitting the ball or hitting the schlitter, you know, and it gave a great sense of community to people.
I suppose at my age, fear of retirement, worried about the unknown, what am I going into a home under my wife's feet all the time or something like that. And then we just got this men's initiative started off. We feel that we're giving something back to the club that gave so much to us. We come up here on a rotary basis and line pitches, cut grass. It kind of empowers us as well if we feel valued.
We're all friends, we're all retired, we're all around the same age group. Some of us have nothing outside of our work, and Ground Force has been a big change for everybody from the mental well-being point of view. It's really, really important and really significant, and there is great camaraderie amongst the group.
So I think there's about 30 odd men in this initiative that comes up to the club and has the chat, and the coffee is important as well. We sort out the world, Dad.
Yeah. Or well, most of it.
Yeah.
That's what it means to me, just achievement and pride.
Welcome to a rainy Parnell Park for Kilmacud Crokes against Na Fianna in the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin Senior 1 Championship. Na Fianna, who won it last year and who were the runners-up for the previous 2 years to that, up against Kilmacud Crokes, a team that has inflicted a lot of pain on them over the last couple of years. But it was Na Fianna who put Crokes out last year in the quarter-finals. The year before, Crokes the winners. The year before that, Crokes the winners. Before that, quarter-finalists. Before that, quarter-finalists. So they're both fairly consistent over the last couple of years. Joe, with respect to all the other games happening this weekend, this is the big one.
This is the big one, huge one. We got a bit of a lift in the last one, a small bit of times of Championship Fair, but all week just dying to know like who's going to be ready, who's going to be right for both teams here. Massive statement put out last week, I think, by Na Fianna, put up a huge scoreline. Obviously, Crokes not having a not having a game. Like, really want to see where this Crokes team are now, because they were disappointed, I'd say, last year with the performance in that quarter-final, and with the quality of player that they have. I know there's chat and talk of a number of significant injuries and guys that are even named to start here today. I know Ronan Hayes doesn't seem to be starting, not there, and Fergal Whiteley has a pair of tracksuit bottoms on him, so he's not right. Young Constantine seems to have picked up an injury again, so will that give Na Fianna the upper hand? I don't know. One thing I've noticed, Oisin, over the last couple of weeks since being here, that's the most intense warm-up. I stood up here while you were having spaghetti bolognese, but I watched both warm-ups, and the intensity in both warm-ups, you'd know why at the moment, these two teams are the standard bearers for Dublin Club Championship.
Oisin O'Rourke practicing his freeze. He's still only 29, scored 6 points last week in their opening victory against Coola, a victory they were made to fight for, and picked up a few injuries, as you've mentioned. Na Fianna also had an opening day win. A facile enough victory against St. Bridget's. They played well, so that's nothing on Na Fianna, but they ran away with it. And you wonder, because they won so well, did they take as much out of it as Kilmacud Crokes might have from their victory against Coola? Both of those games, by the way, were in O'Toole Park.
I think both teams haven't had a game. Like, you saw how flat Bowden were. Bowden were really flat in that game, and both teams haven't gone through last week. This is a big one now, because again, like the last game, you'd imagine who wins this will be in a scenario, in a situation where they'll go directly possibly to a semi-final based on, the proverbial bookmakers, choice of who should win games. But I think this is a bigger game nearly for Crokes than it is for Na Fianna. Na Fianna are county champions. They've a lot of good young players there, but the quality that Crokes have available to them, even with the 3 or 4 missing injured players at the moment, and I think there's quality in that side as well that should be putting their hand up to a Dublin management as well. I think there's more in that Crokes side than we've seen over the last couple of years. Yeah, they won it 2 years ago and previous to that, but I still think at the moment, looking at the quality they have coming through at underage level, that's the team at the minute that could go and actually push similar to what Coola did maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Well, injury has hit Kilmacud Crokes. Ronan Hayes and Conall O'Reen are out. They're replaced by Quaylan Conway and David Lucy. Conway, who played a minor All-Ireland final in 2012. Lucy, who's still in school. He plays senior rugby with St. Michael. So you know he's strong, you know he's fit. He can also hurl as well. Let's have a look at the Na Fianna team. A Na Fianna team who got to the AIB Leinster Club final last year and were unlucky to lose against an excellent O'Loughlin Gales team. Donald Burke, he'll be the man they'll be watching. Colin Curry also can really do things up top along with Sean Curry. But Jerry Spoolin maybe is someone to look at there. The Offaly man paired with the Limerick man in midfield.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the six backs, what stands out to me from a management perspective is the six backs: O'D, Rush, Donal Ryan, Sean Burke, very fine player. Conor McHugh, obviously football wise as well, has kind of went that direction from a Dublin underage perspective, went on and pushed on with the footballers, but back playing hurling on a consistent level now, and Fergie Brannock as well. Brian Ryan had a huge year. I think it was the difference for them last year. Maybe got them over the line. We're very unlucky, like you said, not to win a Leinster club title. Jerry Spallin, he played for up in Offaly for years as well for Ballynamere. It's an addition this year as well. Let's see what he's like. I'd say I'm surprised Peter Feeney's not involved, to be honest. I thought Peter Feeney has impressed me at midfield for Nafina every time we've seen him, and that proverbial that Baxter that we've always mentioned is not listened there as well. Shane Barrett, AJ I'd imagine will start as well or play some part. Like both these teams, Oisín, when you look at the benches, have options, and for the last couple of games the teams, and in fairness to Vincent's, anybody who come in, maybe not big names, but both these teams, especially Crokes, have players there that on the bench that would make you could say nearly every club team in Dublin.
That's certainly true. Spallin, a good addition to Nafina, an already good team, and last year they won it for the first time. Sometimes that can put pressure on, sometimes that actually takes pressure off. Which do you think it'll be?
I think they won so much at underage. They won so many people were talking about Nafina, minor, under 20, under 21. They won 4 or 5 under Declan Feeney, maybe 5 out of 7 under 21 championships in a row. It had to come at some stage. Rush made a huge difference at 6 for them coming back in, and then Brian Ryan came in last year from Limerick, and that was another push on for them. I don't know. I think there's steel in a lot of those lads. A lot of them have come through underage development squads as well and played with Dublin. So I don't think it'll phase them. I don't think it's going to be decided on today either. I think one thing about today is that if Sean's Stack in the middle, he'll allow things go. Like we're lucky enough in Dublin to have 3 or 4 really top class inter-county referees at the minute. Chris Mooney's involved tomorrow as Lions official as well in with Johnny Murphy for the big day tomorrow in Croke Park, so we have to wish him well as well. But look, we've 3 or 4 really good top quality referees with Tom Gleeson as well there, Mark Ryan as well that are involved. So Sean will let this go, and it'll be really ref to the letter of the law as well, and to let the two teams go at it. I'm looking forward to it. Like, it should be really exciting, but again, is there real jeopardy at the moment with the way the club championship is set up? I'm not really sure. I'm not convinced, but I'm not sure that the two boys that are waiting for the throw in now here are going to be worried about jeopardy or not. AJ starting, you can see inside.
Ball in, game on. Kilmacud Crokes up against Nafina. If you haven't watched too much Dublin hurling, Crokes in the purple and gold, Nafina in the yellow and blue, and that is a shot from midfielder Brian Hayes, and it gets us underway. And Brian Hayes has really worked his way through the ranks for Kilmacud Crokes. Was in the second team up to a couple of seasons ago, but put in the work, put himself into the gym, got himself out on the hurling wall, improved his skills. Here's Stacey, he's got skill as well. Stacey with a good pass. Is this to be a goal? Oh, it's a very good one. Colin Curry, magnificent, his second goal of the championship.
What a start, straight through. Stacey running down, down and too easy. I was just about to say what a start for Crokes, because he's had some year as well, Brian Hayes. But Gibbons will be a bit disappointed. It went at him, shot very well, but what a start to the game, excitement-wise.
Fantastic. Well, Brian Hayes got the opening point, but Colin Curry got the goal. Crokes with the chance to narrow the gap. They've got a free. Yeah, good free by Sean as well. Head high challenge, just a little clip on the head, giving a sign as well to the defender of what's wrong there. The ball went really well, but like that start, Oisín, jeez, within 60 seconds, great score, like a huge score from Brian Hayes from the throw in, and then Curry, he's really added to his game, since he was a minor and under 20. Like he's had that little bit more steel and that willingness to go at it. So huge start. Maybe builds for maybe 60 minutes of real excitement here. First goal, like there was no game, goal in O'Toole Park today either. Like that's really lifted it. Yeah, earlier on, St Jude's and Crave Kieran drawing 16 points apiece. St Vincent's overcoming Ballyboden. O'Rourke guides this one over.
Yeah, for those at home now as well, that wind, that breeze has picked up there, seems to be favouring Crokes in the first half, just blowing down to the right hand side.
Tracy, who's got a lumper of a puck out, even against a breeze like this, which is picking up. Scramble in the middle, comes off the body of Dara Purcell, who's still only 19. Sorry, he's 22, I beg your pardon. Crokes battling in there. Caelan Conway trying to get the ball. Here's Brian Hayes. And it's a free out.
Yeah, there's no love lost there now in the first couple of minutes as well, which is no harm, because you want that real feel of championship. The crowd is, it's not, it always surprises me for Dublin club hurling, especially on the All-Ireland final weekend, that you don't have more people here. I know there's a few underneath us as well, but that stand over there should be full. Like, we should be promoting that more and more and more to make sure that we're driving the club game as well. Come out. Yeah, it's a long way out, isn't it?
It is. The wind is at his back though. It's quite a strong wind as well. It's travelling well, but is it travelling between the posts? No, it's not. Conor McHugh waiting for the short one. Back to Tracy. Trying to block it down with Brendan Scanlon, but it's flicked out to Liam Rush. Good man to pick it past Liam Rush, and a good man to juggle as well. Got himself into trouble, but got himself out of it. Looking for a forward inside, but Crokes have an extra man back.
In the back. Yeah.
And that's a free out.
Rush will know himself. He took too much over there coming out. He needs to deliver that ball faster, especially when you have AJ and that inside, young Stacey, Curry as well. You can see a couple of the defenders, the Crokes defenders, are really big, strong men. They're really getting to know the Fianna forwards now early.
Scanlon chasing after Dundee gets there. Had to go off early in that Leinster final last year. Here's Tracy. Good ball to Donald Burke. Donald Ryan was the intended target. Luckily for Ryan, it kind of fell to his teammate. That was Kieran Stacey. Ryan drives on, looking for a probing ball to Gavin King. Was King fouled? Yes, he was.
And maybe interfered with the head there as well, a small bit. Really like him though, he's a big man. He's just needs to be a little bit faster with his striking when he has it in hand as well. But yeah.
A yellow card already for the fullback. It's never a good thing, is it, Joe? Your fullback getting a yellow card this early.
No, it's not. Especially when you have a forward line that's pacey. With you can see AJ in that over there as well. And there's a kid I was really impressed with this year as well from a Crokes perspective, like somebody who really, that Brendan Kenny, what a player he was for the 20s this year. And himself and AJ are fairly getting to know each other off the ball over there, but he's a fine player as well. Very athletic, loads of pace.
Colin Curry on 1-1 already. Fianna by 2. Crokes trying to do something about that. Conway trying to get away now from Brian Ryan. And it's a free to Fianna.
Yeah, Quailon, smart, dips the shoulder down a small bit, invites that kind of arm over the shoulder. Great to be able to talk about, Burkey being back in fairness for Fianna as well. We went through the whole club season last year. He had a horrendous injury against Clare and then missed the whole big year for Fianna. But, great to see him back on the pitch again. But Quailon did really well now to win that free.
There's a few bumps and shoulders going on off the ball. There is no love life, as you say. Yeah.
But there's not, we've had 3 games now where it's been really nice and lovely stuff, and you want a kind of bit of a reason, to have a few pains and aches in the morning as well,
O'Rourke.
Yeah.
Good score. O'Rourke second of the game.
Yeah, second. Probably be disappointed. I know the last one was very far out, and the Fianna's running off the ball there just for puck outs is impressive, but they're working it short. Both teams allowing the short puck out.
Sean Burke to Fergal Brannock.
There has to be delivery now, though. You can't.
He's eating up the ground, isn't he, Roach? Brannock, though, keeps going. Still Brannock. Still Brannock somehow, despite the attention of Cian Ryan. And then Quailon Conway. He turned it over. Bill O'Carroll spilled it out to Roach. Roach bottled up, can't get the pass away. Donald Ryan pickpockets him. Ryan tries to find Gavin King. He goes to ground, but sweeping it up is Cian McCowan. And here is Eddie Gibbons.
I think what you said earlier, Rushin, is going to stand. Brian Sheehan needs to be careful now. He again involved with Gavin, just a small bit there too.
Stolen. Interception. Could it be a point? A big fist pump after he put that one over, then he bumps the Kilmacud Crokes man on the way out.
Yeah, no harm either, because he got one when he came out to and that's the one thing you love about Burkey is that he's not afraid of that bit of physical stuff as well, and that's why he's got to the top as a player as well. Just to be careful now as well, because he's getting a fair bit of harshness now off the ball as well.
Yeah, Donald Burke and Bill O'Carroll going at it. 2 men who will not step down. Here's Conor McHugh. Speaking of men who just will not back off, here's Tracy. O'D. Getting over to him was Michael Roach. O'D recovers.
He'd some year for them last year, O'D, Oshin, as a wing back. They're so unlucky in that Leinster final, but always seems to be so calm on the ball.
Ryan. An angle shot. Is it a good one? Gibbons was under it. Gavin King tackling him, but he got the ball away to Cian McCowan. Good delivery. Dara Purcell. Brendan Kenny. Kept it in play, just about. Slippery conditions. Brendan Kenny dispossessed by Donal Ryan, who's got a runner with him. Ryan had Curry with him, but took it on himself and hit it wide.
Yeah, Berkey unlucky there as well. And the funny thing about it is that surface, we said it earlier, the rain the last 10 hours or so, the surface is great, but it's made it slippy, and you see a couple of the boys, and that ball needs to fizz to hand. A great take.
Fantastic take. Oisin O'Rourke.
That is
over it goes. That's his first from play.
He's capable of that. You know, he's a little like I had his brother Barry with the minors in 07, and I know Barry always spoke so highly of Oisin. Like, he's a really top quality player. You know, has had a couple of years with Dublin seniors as well, but has really, you know, over the last couple of years been a really big player for Kilmacud.
Rush, first class delivery to Kieran Stacey. Stacey just veers off.
Slightly to the left, but it's already, Oisin, you can see the tempo, can't you? The physical hits, the off the ball, you know, the quality of striking is far, far higher than what we've seen in the last couple of games.
McCowan. Ryan. It's a surging run from Ryan. Conway. Tapped it out. Nice pass to Costello. Originally from County Down. Ryan. Purcell. Into space. Bill O'Carroll.
That's a great ball.
It's fantastic. It's Oisin O'Rourke. It's wide.
Yeah, pity, because it was good ball to hand, you know, it was good movement. Just maybe taking a little bit too much out of it. Like, if you're inside and you're Brendan Scanlon, you want the ball given in at some stage as well, or else the ball put over the bar. But just a little bit unlucky at the end. Great ball by Bill across to Oisin, and he'll be disappointed with that strike.
Rush. McHugh. They're at their ease, aren't they? That back three, when they're kind of playing it across and playing it around.
They are, but again, for people at home, like, Crokes are playing that extra defender inside, you know, sitting in front of the two, but both teams very comfortable on the ball, but no real end product yet.
O'Carroll finds Conway. Conway has time and space. Does he have a point?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. A good one as well.
Watch the Crokes defenders, Oisin. I know, like, as a inter-county defender yourself, like, look at how touch tight they are to the Fianna forwards, and look, constantly off the ball, little hits and little niggles. Just, they don't want to give them any space.
That's the first time in this game that a team has scored 2 points without reply, or 2 scores without reply. That's well taken. Purcell. Tipping ball down the line. Can he find the intended target? Scanlon. Yes, he could, but McHugh is with them all the way. It does break kindly for Scanlon. Scanlon.
No, not good
drags
enough.
It wide.
No, not good enough. That strike is just, that's a weak strike, you know, off his left hand side. He needs to be stepping forward into that as well. And, you know, the first ball that came to him there, his touch, so that needs to go to hand first of all, but at least, like, he took him 2 or 3 chances to win the ball.
Scored 1-1 last week against Kula in an exciting game. Ryan. O'Dea. Looking for Stacey inside or Gavin King inside. Either way, it's Ryan who soaks it up, tries to get it out to Conway.
Brilliant, yeah.
Conway is fouled. Advantage being played, free now given.
Yeah, he's done well. You know, Quillen's done well there, and he has that. He just throws the shoulder at times as well to allow the defender maybe to make the mistake of putting the arm over the top. But he's a good start. He's got a good score, and he's caused 2 frees. Now it's a big one for Oisin.
The breeze has kind of died down a bit.
Yeah, you would have said it was about a kind of a 4 or 5 point breeze. It's still there, like, just blowing to the right, so you'll have to aim this one just towards the left hand side.
Nope. And we remain all square. An entertaining game so far.
Yeah, it's tricky though. That's a big distance as well for Oisin to hit, but you can see that breeze is just blowing down to the right.
Mark Grogan tries to get there. He's beaten to it by Ryan, who's fouled, and it's a free.
He looks on form, he looks fit. You know, again, like we said, it's great to see him back after that injury, but he looks sharp and up again. He's got a lot of hardship as well off the ball, but well capable of winning his own frees, and obviously Colin will come out now and hit this. Just asking Sean to keep an eye on the stuff off the ball, because he is getting a fair amount of hardship off either Grogan or Bill as well.
Colin Curry. Wide.
Yeah, that's a couple of poor wides now for both teams. After the first kind of 8-9 minutes was really, really good. Just a couple of the quality has dropped a small bit there now as well.
Ball falls kindly for Costello. Costello loses it, got it caught in two minds maybe. Back to try and help out was Kieran Stacey. Real scramble for possession. Here's Brian Ryan. Liam Rush.
She's just taking a long time to deliver the ball today, which is not like him.
Yeah, Donal Ryan finds his man on the run. That man is Donal Ryan. Donal Ryan on his way to goal. Donal Burke, I beg your pardon. Here's Cian Ryan. Intercepted. Really good work by Sean Burke. Burke tried to recycle. He was just crowded out. Crokes turned it over. Brian Hayes. Unorthodox, but it worked. Brendan Kenny sent it along. Good work by Ronan Costello. O'Carroll. O'Carroll slips. Wet conditions out there. Swept it forward, but there was no one there.
That's poor Ocean. They're a lot of lads taking an awful lot out of it. Just deliver the ball inside. Like, they both have two forwards inside.
Rush back inside. Donal Ryan. Intercepted.
That's madness. Like, hitting that ball into the centre, like, with so many bodies in there.
Conway from Purcell. Conway. He's already got one. Has he got two? Yes, he has. It's a big score. It's a good score.
The Quailon's around long enough to realise this tippy-tappy stuff is fine, this central system or whatever you want, this extra defender, but there's a time as well where you have to be a man, and actually drive the ball, hit the ball over the bar, and it's just, I just think at times that, like, we are over-coaching that small-sided game a small bit too.
2 in a row for Conway, 3 in a row for Kilmacud Crokes. Here's Colin Curry, but he's got Cian Ryan with them. Sean Curry goes over to help out. Colin mightn't need him. Blocked down brilliantly by Ryan. On the race after it is Lucy.
AJ has it.
Fantastic work by AJ Murphy. Gavin King is inside. AJ might not need him. He doesn't. He gets a very, very good score.
Yeah, the forwards are in there for a reason, Oisin. AJ is a top-class club player, like really good underage player with Dublin too. Has the ability to fight and win ball. Has been away travelling for a while too after a tough year personally last year for his family, and then a huge year last year for Nafina. Give the ball into him early and let him win it.
Mark Grogan fancies his chances. This is going to drop short. Conor McHugh. Not sure if that was by accident, by design. Either way, it worked out. Here's Liam Rush. The call made by Donald Burke. Dara Purcell just gets away from him. He was looking for Roach, but he couldn't quite find him. Donal Ryan has Sean Curry with him if he needs it. Leaves it behind. Stolen back. Brian Hayes. And Hayes sticks it over.
He has to be the most improved Crokes player over the last 12 months. Like, he had a huge year with Dublin as well. Serious pace from the centre of the pitch. Got his chance with Dublin this year and took it. At times you could say, like, just work on that end product, that end shooting. But again, simple game. Keep it simple with a breezy day now as well. Going forward, simple ball over the bar.
He's got a great engine. He closes his man down there, but Sean Burke, in fairness, did well. Here's Donal Ryan. Sean Curry. Curry slips, tries to regain his composure. Good work. Conor McHugh flicked away from McHugh, but tidied up. Bernock. Rush. Colin Curry. AJ Murphy on the run. AJ trying to get it up, but policed by the defender who just would not give him a second. David Lucy still following AJ Murphy. Now it's Brian Ryan. Unorthodox, but brilliant. And that's a free in.
All came from AJ's hard work, and it all came from giving the ball in early. Rushy finally hit the ball in, allowed AJ to get out in front, give him a chance to win the ball, and just a bit of magic over on the sideline. Berkey looks fit, Berkey looks really... I'm delighted to see him coming back after that horrific injury.
And a yellow card for Kenny, I think that is over on the far side. So now 2 members of the Crokes starting full back line.
You see Bill over the sideline as well, and it's kind of hot and heavy now off the ball as well.
Colin Curry looking for his 3rd score of the game.
Brian Ryan has been a huge addition to that Nafina team, just for a bit of steel and around the middle as well. Anytime that there's any sort of physical kind of engagements, like, he's constantly involved and he's constantly in backing up his teammates. Great score.
Well, you'd have got short odds on him being the only Limerick man hurling in Dublin this weekend, but he is doing a good job. I'm sure there's players in Limerick or from Limerick involved in lots of club teams.
Oh, Rushy.
Liam Rush, fantastic catch. He's fouled. It's a free out. The thing with Limerick is them losing this year, you'd nearly fear it'll make them angry and they'll go on another 4 in a row burst. Here's Paul O'D. And tomorrow is Cork and Clare's day. We wish them both luck. Here's Sean Curry. Curry trying to get away from Sheehy. Curry does get away. He's got Stacey inside. No. Still Curry. Colin Curry.
Goal.
Here is Stacey.
Yeah.
What a goal.
That's super. Like, it's real good, honest. Real good forward play. Take your man on. Real honesty by Curry there as well. None of this over the shoulder stuff. Take the man on. Pops to the brother. Bang. Stacey goal.
Just like Colin Curry, Kieran Stacey scores his 2nd goal in a row. 2nd goal in 2 championship games.
Crokes are vulnerable at the back there, a small bit. Maybe he's a small bit kind of saying, can I really go at this now after taking that card?
Crokes look to respond. Sean Burke is over it. It's hoovered up by Donal Ryan. He fouls the ball, it's a free in.
Yeah, that lifts the crowd over there as well. You can see, they were looking for that. Just looking for that extra step coming out. But what a finish inside, and what a bit of play just between 3 forwards who are brave to go at their man. And really want to kind of go at the Crokes defence. But this gives Oisin a chance now to bring it back to a 2-point game.
It was great running by Sean Curry and Stacey to kind of know where to go to receive it. Sometimes you'll make that run, you won't get it, but you will pull a defender with you. Sometimes you will get it.
But that was missing in the last game, Oisin. That was the criticism that we said of even at the Bowden forward line. Like, young McBride was the only one that really went at it as a forward, took the man on every time.
O'Rourke. Crokes needed that, because Nafina had scored 1-1 without reply. It's still only a 2-point game. Tracy looking for Colin Curry, not finding him. He has to be careful. He's up against Gavin King, who gives him a bump. That's really good forward play by Gavin King. Does he crown it with a score? No, he doesn't.
It's poor by Brian though. Like, Brian, waiting for it. It's a real, nearly a, I won't say a football thing, but a real kind of just waiting for the ball rather than attacking it. Is that card after kind of taking him now that he's worried that he's going to get in contact?
Lucy,
it's a poor ball.
Intercepted by Donal Ryan. Ryan with the diagonal looking for the runner. That's Donal Burke. Dara Purcell followed him, got the ball. Conway. Good work by Conway. O'Rourke will run onto this. O'Rourke, he was smothered. Great work by Roach. Roach could be in here. Roach, fantastic defending by Sean Burke. But it is a penalty, I think, or will it be a free?
No, I think a free. Oh, a penalty, right? Yeah. For tapping the head.
Let's have a look. Well, it is a penalty, but this is why.
Sean is going to talk to the umpires there now.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing.
Yeah. I think he gave the indication that there was a tip in the head up high. Now, the first one was definitely a foul when he was going through. That was outside. But he probably saw maybe, and it's hard to see it from up here, but maybe he thought it was contact with the helmet. Look, I'm not going to doubt Sean Stack for that. It's a throw ball, is it? Yeah, throw ball.
Well, he used his officials well there,
Sean
Stack.
That's good refereeing, yeah. No, in fairness to Sean, like, he went in, he thought he saw contact, but again, the 2 boys inside, that's what they're there for, and you have to credit that. We'll probably see it again at half time, that we can kind of analyse it again, but I didn't think there was anything in it at the time. Maybe a free in initially from the first challenge.
Donal Burke intercepted. What can Crokes do here? Racing forward, Dara Purcell. Purcell has a clip. And Purcell gets a very good score.
Yeah, good. And we'd want to see more of that, because Dara is one of the best players that Crokes have coming through. Really I don't think he gets enough airtime or chances really at inter-county level, because I think he has massive quality, but he just goes in and out of games a little bit too much, and that's something for him to learn going forward, and for Crokes as well. Get him on ball, because he's capable, very, very capable of doing really good things with the ball.
Bill O'Carroll and Stacey tangling. Cian McGowan in to help out. Lots of others arrive as well. These two teams strong in every sense of the word. Sean Curry is trying to get it up there. It is Crokes who have it. It's a little bit of a blind pass, but They do secure it. Here's Purcell.
Brilliant ball by Purcell.
Oisin O'Rourke taking on his man. Oisin O'Rourke. Fantastic.
Brilliant. Yeah, great score, and it's a simple game. Purcell again on the end of that. None of this ball hit the ground. Ball to hand, crisp strike. Oisin off his right hand side. Great score.
And McHugh stuck with him. He couldn't do anything much more there, but
no.
Fantastic work. Fantastic scoring from O'Rourke.
I'd say if you're Nafina, you probably want McHugh a bit further in, closer to goal. I think like Oisin has that ability to get off the six, and you don't want to be running around after him all day.
Well, since Stacey's goal, 3 in a row for Crokes, and that has us all square.
He's gone back into 3 now, and Oisin will stay at 11.
Gavin King goes up for a Sheehy with him. Might break for Sean Curry. Does come to Gavin King. Gavin King with the Crokes defender hanging off him. That's Kenny. King with a shot while he was unbalanced, and it veers off.
Yeah, it was close. It was unlucky. Gavin was brave there, got on ball, but again, just efficiency-wise, needs to tidy that up a small bit.
O'Rourke. He's been closed down by Stacey. O'Rourke uses the ball brilliantly.
Yeah, but look where he is, Oisin. Brilliant. He decided, I'm not going to stand around let McHugh all day and wait. He'll get on the end of this again. Now watch.
Here's
bang.
O'Rourke. There is time. There is space. O'Rourke lets one go.
It's a simple game. Great score. Great score.
2 in a row for O'Rourke. Crokes lead. He scored 3 of their last 4.
He has, and Nafina just need to kind of decide now, are we going to hold at 6, or you can't leave Oisin O'Rourke free because he'll score all day long, but they need to make a decision on what they're going to do with Liam Rush.
Brian Ryan, originally from South Liberties, looking for King, but Crokes have an extra man back there. That's Cian McGowan. Costello just couldn't quite hang on to it.
Yeah, Rush not happy. You probably heard that yourself, Oisin. Rush not happy there. The 2 forwards inside are making the run to the same side. And from a defender's point of view, it's really easy for them to defend that. And Rush is kind of saying, look, lads, we've no one to hit the ball to here.
It was raining at the start of this game. It's now relatively sunny.
This fella's capable of a good one.
Gavin King into a crowd of purple and gold. Cian McGowan swept towards Gibbons. Kenny.
Watch this fella go now.
Donal Ryan chasing him down. Kenny spills it forward. Stacey puts it out for a line ball. And a bit of pushing and shoving. Well, there's an edge between these two, isn't there?
There is.
It's entertaining. I like it.
It is. Yeah, it's enjoyable.
It's a championship,
there's
isn't
26 minutes gone now, and it feels like it's only started because there is a bit. The shooting has been a little bit off, but there's a lot of physical battles, interesting battles. But there won't be. You can see Burkey getting involved down here with Bill again.
Yeah, off the ball, that's happening. Now Bill is making a burst again off the ball. He wants the line ball delivered to him. Cian Ryan taking this one. That's a decent looking delivery. McHugh blocks it down. Ryan pulls on it. It might trickle to Ryan. Donal Ryan gets there. Costello breaks kindly for Rush. He anticipated that brilliantly. Oh, stealing it back for Kilmacud Crokes is Brian Hayes. Brian Hayes, that would be some score if he nails it. He doesn't.
Unlucky Rushy came out there as well, and he's involved a lot. He's been around a lot, but he's definitely added to that Nafina's team. But the only thing he just needs to speed up that thought. And what he's saying is he's no one to hit the ball into because the Crokes have the extra defender.
It was Paul O'D on that occasion. AJ Murphy has a bit of space. He's running at McGowan. A one-handed flick over the bar. Brilliant from AJ Murphy.
Yeah, he has Sheehy under pressure in there now, and they've put AJ onto him now to run at him because Brian knows himself that he's on that yellow card.
He must have taken a hit in the hand or something to say he put that over one-handed, but it didn't look like it was an issue. It looked like he could do it all day if he needed to. Here's Colin Curry. A touch of the own Cody's about AJ Murphy there. I didn't realise until after the game, and I saw the replay, that Cody actually scored that goal one-handed. You know, the one against Clare in the semi-final. Real battle here. Will Rush come away with it? He generally does. He doesn't need to this time because there's been a free given to Nafina.
Yeah, what surprised me about Crokes that they were really in your face, aggressive at the start with an extra defender, but they were really man on man. Didn't care where anybody went. They were going, and now they've allowed that zonal thing to creep in a bit, and I just don't think they're tight as what they should be now. There's Colin again with space,
Trying to get around Brian Hayes. Nice flip out the back. Colin and Sean Curry combining. Sean Curry hits it wide.
Hard luck, yeah. Good movement again. The two boys, obviously two brothers, know each other so well. You know, we're 3 minutes now from half time, and just I think Crokes will be disappointed now at the moment because there's nothing really sticking in that half forward line apart from Oisin now, and just inside they're not tight enough.
Burke, he'll go for it.
Short.
King tried to get in on top of Gibbons. Gibbons stayed cool under pressure. Bill O'Carroll racing after this one. He has to get there. He does. He was brave. He knew that hit was coming. It is a free out. I have to say I don't think it was anything vicious from Spollen, but it is a free out.
Yeah, it's the first time we've mentioned him really as well. And look, Bill is as brave as a lion, but gets himself in an awful lot of trouble and hassle at times as well because he wears the heart on the sleeve. But he just came into massive contact there. And if he's hit, he's sore.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big hit, you know, big hit. They'll feel that in the morning now, but no harm either, like, and no malice in it.
Well, let's hope both men are okay. That's the main thing. And both of them were brave in going for that one. Bill O'Carroll just has absolutely no concern for his own personal safety on the pitch, does he? He knew that was coming.
You need that. Look, you need your generals to be like that too. And there's times where like there's loads of young lads, loads of really top quality players coming through in Crokes, but I still think you need that bit of steel in around them as well. And like I said, Bill wears the heart on the sleeve, and he's been around a long time now on that senior team.
Well, again, Sean Stack just doing the right thing, making sure everyone's okay.
Spollen looks in trouble with his shoulder, isn't he?
Yeah. Bill looks like he wants to drive on. And again, there are those far more qualified than us to make those kind of calls. It's been a good game, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been good. Just the shooting, you'd like the shooting to be a little bit more. I'd say Nafina will be disappointed to have only 5 points on the board. 2 really high quality goals. You know, they probably had 3 or 4 wides that they won't be happy with themselves. Gavin had 1, Burke had 1, dropped maybe too short. But again, for people at home, there's a fair breeze there. And Crokes have it at their back for whatever breeze is there with a draw game. But I think Crokes will be disappointed the fact that they're not really. Now look, let's be honest about it. Fergal Whiteley, Ronan Hayes, Constantine, all out of your 3 forwards, and I don't think there's a club team in the country that wouldn't have either of the 3 of them in there. So Spollen's gone off, so his baptism now with the Fianna's midfield ends early.
Well, no player wants to go off early, and there's no good way to go off early, but I suppose he has sent a message there that he's willing to put his body on the line for his team, even though it's not the club he was born and raised in.
Yeah, I'm delighted for young Fianna as well, Oisin, coming in, because he's been super for them for the last 2 years. Midfield, and doesn't always get the recognition for it because he's just a workhorse and gets through an awful lot of work. But hopefully, young Spollen's fine.
Yep.
Great
take now. Can he turn? Roach.
Yep,
puts it over.
That's top quality. Win your own ball out in front. Really, really good touch. And a great strike to put Crokes one up.
And Roach is a data analyst, so he'd be able to tell you that's an instant response to AJ's point. I'm sure his job is a lot more complicated than that, but you know what I mean. Here's Conor McHugh. O'Rourke, fancy footwork. Pádraig Linehan. It's a good run. Presents the ball in front of Roland Costello. Can Costello get there? Yes, he can.
Oh.
Linehan kind of just lost it, tried to control it with his feet. Conor McHugh there to rob it back, to try and win it back. And Conway, Linehan putting his body on the line. Conway somehow stealing away. He was held back by McHugh. It's good play by Conway, and it's a free for Crokes.
See the way I told you earlier on, like the way he drops that right shoulder, and again it gives the referee a decision to make. He goes into contact, he always drops that right hand shoulder, and the defender will come across him. And I think that's 4 frees now he's got for Oisin. So I'd say Oisin owes him a nice meal out now at some stage for that, because he's definitely putting Oisin's name on for that hard work in around the dirty ball. 13 scores to 7.
Well, these two have been the best in Dublin over the last 3 years, and I think we're seeing that today, even though the two of them would tell you that maybe there are things they could tidy up and do better, but it is only the second game of the championship, and of course there is room to manoeuvre. This isn't do or die today. Here's Brian Ryan, who's playing like it is. Back to OD. OD, does that have the legs? Does that have the accuracy? No, didn't catch it at all. Here's Gibbons. McGowan. Kenny wanted it, as did she. On to Kenny it goes. He can really move. And he can pass. Really good marking though by Brannock, who just kicked it away. Ryan. Conway trying to get to him. Ryan has it in hand. Hit. And a fair one as well.
Yeah.
And Ryan just took
actually.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Sean Curry could be in on goal. He's got King with him. Here's King. King!
Yeah.
Third goal for Nafina.
Great goal, Gavin. Great goal. And gives the defender a reminder on the way out as well. But it all came from Curry. It all came from the quality of Ryan's ball inside too. And Conway actually hurt himself there in that challenge.
Well, Ryan took the hit, bounced back up, delivered it towards Curry. Curry to King. King into the back of the net. Nafina lead again.
Yeah, if your Crokes going in now, you're saying, like, you've conceded 3 goals here now, lads. We need to tighten this thing up inside. They're allowing. They sat for a minute. Like, as a management, they obviously said man and man with a spare defender inside, because Nafina will always go with Rushy, not as a marking 6. But jeez, it's a bit nice, like, in there. That's 3 times, like, really unchallenged that the forwards have got inside, and like, Crokes management have a bit to talk about now, because they've played with a wind in the first half too. Nafina efficient up front. Will be disappointed with maybe 2 or 3 balls that they hit in high, but it's fair better quality now than we've seen over the last couple of weeks.
Okay, Nafina leading at the break thanks to that late King goal. Nafina 3-5, Kilmacud Crokes 13 points. We'll be back with the second half very shortly here on Dubs TV. We're looking forward to bringing you that. Don't forget, if you want to find out anything that's happening or about anything that's happening in Dublin GA, go to dublinga.ie or follow the Dublin GA social media channels. It is the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin Senior 1 Hurling Championship. It's half time. It's a bit of a belter. Nafina 3-5, Kilmacud Crokes 13 points.
StayCity Apart Hotels. Half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose StayCity because StayCity is the smart choice. StayCity, half apartment, half hotel, all across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at staycity.com.
We're delighted to extend the partnership with Go Ahead Ireland. They're an organisation that serves communities all over Dublin and helps serve our club members around the county, and it's been a brilliant partnership for the last 3 years, and we're delighted to extend for a further 2 years.
Like us, Dublin GAA are embedded in their community, so it was a really natural fit. For us, it was important to find a partner that was inclusive, but also had that community identity, and that's exactly what we found in Dublin GAA. Since we started the partnership, they've been really easy to work with, and we're really excited to continue the journey together.
In those 3 years, we actually accomplished a lot with Dublin GAA. We were privileged to be able to work with both local and national charities with them, as well as working on several GAA initiatives.
This partnership allows us to support Club League and Championship and initiatives such as our Dubs TV live streaming platform. We try and stream as many games as possible, particularly during the championship season where we can from a logistical point of view around grounds, and that is something we will continue to try and deliver over the coming years and keep enhancing club championship product and club leagues around the county across all 4 codes.
In the coming months, we're going to be continuing growing our services. And while we do that, that means that we'll be serving more GAA community clubs than ever before.
This year alone, we're going to be introducing the Development Fund for Accessibility as part of our partnership, which is going to see core infrastructure at Dublin GAA developed. In the summer, we're also introducing the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin LGFA Summer Skills Camps, which will be held in July and August.
As Dublin's best performing public bus operator, we're going to continue to work really hard on delivering for our customers and our communities.
StayCity Apart Hotels. Half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose StayCity because StayCity is the smart choice. StayCity, half apartment, half hotel, all across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at StayCity.com.
We met down at Fairview, and Kieran's brother was a friend of my brother's. We met through them, so when I was coming up to the devs, I invited Kieran to my devs. He asked me to marry him, and I said yes, so long as our firstborn child played for Vincent's. And he said, okay, grand. It's great to have our family involved as well. I suppose if the kids weren't as interested in it as we were, it'd be very tough on us.
Kieran's are playing Vincent's. The tension in the house is gas. Mum is obviously Vincent's and Dad is Kieran, so Mum always claims that she'll give John steak for dinner and she won't feed Kevin. But it's always a bit of a laugh, but I suppose no one takes it too seriously.
She had her hands full. She could have got the job as a bus driver. The amount of dropping off and picking up she did from matches around. Leaving some matches early to go to another match to make sure she got the end of that, or make sure we all got the same amount of attention. There was no favourites.
It means everything. I don't know what we do without it, to be fair. We eat, drink and sleep it.
It's always through the family like the rest of us. There's not enough supporting words, I'd say.
I know my whole life at this rate.
We're very proud parents. That's a huge achievement to have 100% of your family still playing. We're proud of them all, every one of them.
My name is Niamh Heatherton.
My name is John Heatherton. I'm Kieran Heatherton.
I'm Patsy Heatherton, and as a family,
our roots are set in the GAA.
StayCity Apart Hotels, half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose StayCity because StayCity is the smart choice. StayCity, half apartment, half hotel, all across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at StayCity.com.
My first memory of GAA would probably have been in Croke Park with my father. That would be in the early 1950s.
As a young lad, brought down to watch one of my brother's matches.
Playing under 10 hurling, and I say hurling, not camogie, because I played on the boys' team.
My feeling about the GAA was more a social one than a games one, because I thought it was a great way for all the kids to get to know each other.
Mum and Dad always brought us up to have each other's backs. We'd all go to each other's matches. No matter what we were doing or playing, we'd all support each other. I'm playing for the club 37 years, I think, now, but I also coached my two daughters' teams.
It's great. It really is a great feeling to have the kids down there. And now all of their friends are beginning to come from the same community and the same focus on the club, so it's a mirror of what happened to me in my childhood, I suppose.
We made more friends down the years and had more fun down the years than ever we would anywhere else.
Mum fostered that through us as well. She was chief bottle washer. She'd have jerseys upon jerseys out in the line.
3 of my offspring are married, and they met their better halves through the club.
The friends and relationships I got out of it. Looking back, that was really what the GAA was about. Community, about building relationships with people. My name is Mick Galvin.
My name is Mary Galvin.
My name is Phil Galvin, and my family roots are in St Bridget's GAA Club.
StayCity Apart Hotels, half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose StayCity because StayCity is the smart choice. StayCity, half apartment, half hotel, all across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at StayCity.com.
We're delighted to extend the partnership with Go Ahead Ireland. They're an organisation that serves communities all over Dublin and helps serve our club members around the county, and it's been a brilliant partnership for the last 3 years, and we're delighted to extend for a further 2 years.
Like us, Dublin GAA are embedded in their community, so it was a really natural fit. For us, it was important to find a partner that was inclusive, but also had that community identity, and that's exactly what we found in Dublin GAA. Since we started the partnership, they've been really easy to work with, and we're really excited to continue the journey together.
In those 3 years, we actually accomplished a lot with Dublin GAA. We were privileged to be able to work with both local and national charities with them, as well as working on several GAA initiatives.
This partnership allows us to support Club League and Championship and initiatives such as our Dubs TV live streaming platform. We try and stream as many games as possible, particularly during the Championship season where we can from a logistical point of view around grounds, and that is something we will continue to try and deliver over the coming years and keep enhancing Club Championship product and club leagues around the county across all 4 codes.
In the coming months, we're going to be continuing growing our services. And while we do that, that means that we'll be serving more GAA community clubs than ever before.
This year alone, we're going to be introducing the Development Fund for Accessibility as part of our partnership, which is going to see core infrastructure at Dublin GAA developed. In the summer, we're also introducing the Go Ahead Ireland Dublin LGFA Summer Skills Camps, which will be held in July and August.
As Dublin's best performing public bus operator, we're going to continue to work really hard on delivering for our customers and our communities.
StayCity Apart Hotels. Half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose StayCity because StayCity is the smart choice. StayCity, half apartment, half hotel, all across Europe. Save 10% every time you book at staycity.com.
Welcome back for the second half of Kilmacud Crokes and Nafina. 13 points, Kilmacud Crokes. Nafina, the champions, 3-5. Nafina, who went all the way to the Leinster final last year. It has been a really entertaining match. Not a bad match over in O'Toole Park, by the way. Certainly close anyway. Lucan leading Coola by 8 points to 7. Coola, who lost to Kilmacud Crokes last weekend over in O'Toole Park. Lucan, who are playing their opening match of the championship.
Yeah, and it shows, like it showed in the first game that we saw earlier on, like with Bowden, they just weren't that championship pace, and they'll review that and look at that. But this has been a cracker so far now, far more intense, far greater pace, and you'd love to know what was said in that Crokes dressing room, because for me there's a lot of performances there that need to be improved, especially playing with that big wind.
Good one to whet the appetite for tomorrow. Cork against Clare in the All-Ireland hurling final. But to these players, this is the biggest game in the capital this weekend. It
is, but like it's not. While at the same time, Oisin, it's not do or die today. Like, but it's a fair statement in 2 games for Nafina to have scored like 8 goals. Like that's fair going and a sign of the type of forward that they have at the minute.
Roach. Sheehy winds up and goes for it. He'll be disappointed with that.
Now we must also caveat all that with the players that Crokes are missing. Like Crokes are missing a lot today. Considine is a huge loss for them, along with Ronan Hayes, along with Whiteley. Young Crow's not right yet. David Purcell. Like there's a lot of players missing. I think only 2 maybe for. I know Barrett is named for Nafina, and young Burke as well. So
here's Stacey. Stacey going through the gauntlet, gets it to Sean Curry. Sean Curry looking for AJ. Here's AJ.
No. Should have came across like that when you run at, if you press up on that Crokes defence, they seem to be a small bit jittery today, and I'd still go back to that first ball that went in on Hayes when he got that early yellow card on Sheehy, when he got the early yellow card. It really rattled him, and you can see now as well that young Veal is in there and he's pushed out on to Sean Curry. I think it is.
Yep, Jerveal. Best of luck, by the way, to the Dublin senior camogie team in Glendimplex All-Ireland semi-final action next weekend in Nolan Park. A big win, a good win against Kilkenny in Croke Park in the quarter-final. A surprise win well, a surprise win to those outside that panel. I'm sure those inside the panel knew it was coming. Here's McGowan. Looking for Hayes, intercepted by Curry, who finds AJ Murphy. He's got a man inside calling for it. That man is Donald Burke. Burke! Gibbons saves.
Didn't hit it.
And gets away from Stacey.
Isn't it a really obvious tactic that they're going for goals? And Gibbons is one of the finest keepers, in fairness, in Dublin, but it's a huge tactic today that they feel that full back line is vulnerable.
Ryan. Spilled and then regathered. Brian Hayes. Ball bounces. Feeney will chase after this one. Feeney, a first half substitute. But he's dispossessed. That's really good work by Scanlon, who's fouled, and it's a free in.
Yeah, good call by Sean. Feeney was brave on the ground at times as well, but just got entangled and got caught with Scanlon. And you can see, I'd imagine, I think from looking at that Sheehy has come off. And yeah, I think it's just Sheehy. So they've put Keane McGowan back in. Yeah, Keane seems to be playing the spare man now, and they've pushed maybe Sheehy out to the right hand side there, just out at wing back.
O'Rourke, it just about had enough. Rush wasn't taking any chances. O'Rourke gets the opening score of the second half. Liam Rush. Nafina with the breeze that they're back in the second half. Crokes have a spare man back there. Grogan knocks it down. Sheehy tries to get it into hand. Here's Linehan. Good take, good turn. Trying to shake off the Nafina man. It's wonderful work. It's Hayes. Kenny's calling for it outside. Hayes doesn't need him. Hayes puts it over.
It's a fine score. Biggest roar of the day. Sorry for cutting across you there.
That's okay. It's more important that people hear from you than it is me. Describe that.
Look, it's just pace. Like he's had a huge year for Dublin as well. And you know, when he gets on the bike, and the big thing I like about him is he is starting to improve that end product. There's a couple of times this year, especially with Dublin, where just if he had a little bit more in the end product, he would have had a magnificent year.
Colin Curry.
They're just running at that defence every time.
AJ Murphy wanted it, but getting in the way there was Veal. Gavin King, who got that fantastic goal at the end of the first half.
I think it's Brendan Kenny they've taken off, is it? Like when you look at... There was an accident there, but...
I think Brendan could still be out there. Yeah, that's him in the bright blue boots off camera. Here's AJ Murphy. Back to Gavin King. Gavin King from a tight angle. Puts it over.
Yeah, great score.
First score of the half for Nafina. Love the way he shortened the grip there and put it over. An off the ball tackle. Free in for Kilmacud Crokes.
Yeah, it's Conway, Oisin, sorry, it's Conway that's gone. I remember that big bang in the first half. You know, he tried to, which actually came to the Nafina goal, so that's a big loss now for Crokes. And in fairness, like, let's caveat all this. Like, you know, I know Crokes management won't, because they've been super with the lads over the last 3 or 4 years. They won't be happy with conceding 3 goals. The points ratio is fine. The 3 goals will be disappointing, but Quailon will be a massive loss for that forward line.
Fergal Whiteley is unavailable today as well. He's currently encouraging his teams from the sideline. O'Rourke.
Yeah.
Nothing is guaranteed in life or hurling, but these two could well meet later down the line again in the knockout stages.
Absolutely. And if Crokes were to get through today, there'd be some lift to that panel, like missing 6-7 starters at least.
And if either of these teams won today, it would be 2 out of 2 in the championship so far.
Oh, he's a magician. Purcell has such a vision.
Kenny. Good finish after a great pass by Purcell.
He's a great player, Oisin. He's really good. Like, you know, he gets on ball, and again, similar to Burke in the last game for Vincent's. He's just his vision when he's allowed to get on ball and given that opportunity and chance, he has loads in around the middle.
I love the fluidity of both of these two teams. Players popping up in space. They could turn up anywhere. They might have a certain number on their back, but it doesn't mean a whole pile. Purcell, Sheehy. Kenny is waiting again. Kenny up in the air. Kenny, it's just too hot to handle, wasn't it?
He's nearly too fast for himself there. Yeah. But in fairness to Crokes, now they've had a few harsh words, I'd say, at half time, because their first half at their level and their standard, there's 7-8 players had poor for, and there was honesty, I'd imagine, at half time. They've upped it in the second half. They've 17 scores on the board. They're playing against the win now. The one thing that Fianna don't need to do here is bomb ball like that down on top of small forwards.
Ryan takes it on. It has the legs. Does it have the accuracy? That's magnificent from Brian Ryan.
It's a fair wind there. You can probably hear it now. I don't know whether people can see it at home, but there is a big wind there. And what Crokes weren't really doing in the first half, apart from Ushing, because he had a huge first half, was shooting. Change here now for Fianna.
Coming into the game for Fianna, Jack Maher.
And Brian Ryan going off. Surprising.
Okay. Well, he would have picked up a knock in that collision as well, the collision that led to the third goal. Now, we don't know why he's going off, but that could be a reason. Here's Cian Ryan. Veal. He was looking for Roach. He has found Roach. Roach trying to turn his man Burnock. Roach. Great forward play by Roach.
Yeah, it's better, and he's capable of that, but just like his centre of gravity is quite low to the ground. He's capable of good touch, but in the first half, they had poor enough first half.
Sheehy. O'Rourke wants it. He'll go for it from there. But will he get it from there?
He will,
yes.
He will.
I shouldn't have doubted him.
He's a super player, isn't he? Like a really, really good quality forward. Brave as well for the stature people talk about. And that's something that frustrates me at times. Like, constantly looking for physical big men, and like he's well capable of scoring.
Speaking of capable of scoring, here's Donald Burke. Sean Burke. Donald Ryan. Ryan has to be careful. He is. Really good play. Jack Maher, who's not long off the bench.
Good score,
and makes an instant impact.
And again, really good play there, from Sean Burke. I've said it a number of times, I really rate him highly. Brave on the ball, runs forward as a defender as well, not going to the side.
Sheehy. Really good play by Sheehy. Knew if he invited the tackle, he was most likely going to get a free.
I just think he'd be better at 5 or 7. I just think further out from he has the athleticism maybe to be a 5 or 7, definitely the strength, but just needs to hit the ball a bit quicker, can be a little bit slow hitting the ball, and they're looking for Eddie to come over and hit this now because it's a big, big wind after brewing up there now. And what Crokes have done, what they did first in the first half for the first 10 minutes, they've really gone back man on man, and the Fianna are getting opportunities from distance, but not the opportunity to put the ball into the corner. You'd love to see AJ maybe closer to goal too. I think when he's out there, he's not as dangerous.
Eddie Gibbons. That's going wide.
He obviously thought Usheen hadn't the distance for that one because he's been very good on his frees today, so they brought Eddie out, and can be a killer at times as well when the keeper comes out and when it doesn't go over.
Crokes by 2. Change being made by Fianna.
Yeah, Fergie Brannock gone.
Will Wheatley comes in.
Imagine they might want to try and get a bit of game time into Barrett as well if he's able. I know he's been absolutely dogged with injuries over the last couple of years. Kind of cut his Dublin career short as well. But
O'D to McHugh. McHugh to Rush.
Run the ball is what's the call.
Maher. They might need to run it if Maher can shoot from long range consistently like that. Oh no, I jinxed him. It's wide. He wasn't far away. To me, it looked over.
It looked over too. Yeah, it did.
And Sean Stack has a really good view of it. He was dead centre in the middle. And he'll do the right thing. He'll consult his umpires.
Yeah, and the one, I think Jack Maher nearly ran home with Sean Stack there as well, just to tell him that it was over. I think it was. It looked like it was from here. again, the Fianna, you can see Rushy saying to them, like, we need to have options inside to hit the ball into. And when
that's the point.
Yeah. Sometimes when you have the wind, you have to think that you have to shoot all the time, but give the forwards a chance to win their own ball. Yeah, won it well on his front foot, you know, and good strike of a ball.
One between them. McCowan. Veal. McCowan. Colin Curry closing him down. Kenny, that's an awkward enough one, and Donald Ryan
Great
intercepts. Colin Curry.
No, you'd normally hear the roar, wouldn't you, on the far side if it was gone over?
You certainly would. The Fianna trailing by 1. Ryan is left in space. Keane, that is. Roach. Dara Purcell. Lenihan. Good ball. Can he take it with him? Brian Hayes. Oh, he was unlucky. Maher, who's made a real impact since coming in, then loses it, but Rush was backing him up. Or was that OD? It's OD.
It's OD, yeah.
Two men playing in the half back line with white helmets. Grogan tangling with his man, and he is fouled.
Yeah, great call.
Donald Burke, and it's a free in.
You're right, Oisin, great call. Sean Stack again, you know, even from a distance there, got it right. So where you don't want to be as a defender is Mark Grogan there, one-on-one with Donald Burke inside, and they'd left that bit of space inside and allowed that kind of one-on-one to happen, but good call by Sean. And it's actually the advantage call that he gave, not the free for the inside.
Okay. The breeze at his back, but this is still a tough one. Colin Curry. Nafina looking for 3 scores on the bounce, and they have got them.
Geez, these two don't do, you know, they don't do boring matches either, like, you know. Over the last 3 or 4 years they've had, and look, they're a step ahead, Oisin. These two teams are a step ahead, and in fairness to Lucan are pushing hard at it, you know, but they're a step ahead, I think, anyway, from looking at the games than all the rest of the teams at the minute.
OD. Looking for AJ Murphy. Grogan lets it slip. Donald Burke can't keep a hold of it. Lucy was with him. Grogan. Sean Curry was in there too. Lenihan battling. Lucy. Kenny was the intended target. Kenny gets it under his spell. Lucy. Ryan. Purcell's outside. Ryan keeps eyes front. That's a very good ball. It's well taken. Roach. Roach, despite the attention of Sean Burke, gets a shot away but doesn't get a point. Good defending by Sean Burke.
Yeah, good defending by, and what Crokes have to realise when you're against that wind is you do have to be brave and run the ball. You have to go at it, and you can see Oisin telling them all the time, keep running it. Not getting Brendan Kenny on the ball enough, I don't think.
Tracy. That's over the bar.
He'll talk about that for 6 months. What a score.
Worth another look. 4 points in a row for Nafina. And now they lead by 1.
And it'll show the people at home as well how big the wind is. That's what we've been saying.
Give Tracy the credit.
Oh no, he do. Yeah, John is a great guy. AJ just a dead leg, I think. He's telling Sean Stack he's okay.
Yep. Well, we have a stoppage. Who do you fancy tomorrow?
I think we're in for a great one tomorrow. Look, I'm going with the father now. He's actually from Cork.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's you'd love to see it going back to Clare maybe as well. I don't know. Look, he won a great game. I think what's frustrating from a Dublin perspective is that when they had Cork, like they had a real chance maybe to really go at them in that second half with only a couple of scores in it. But I think if I was to call it, I'd give it to Cork.
Shane Barrett is on. He has replaced, I think it's AJ. Yeah, it is AJ. Cian Ryan. Ryan being closed down by Feeney and followed by McHugh. Ryan picks out Purcell. Purcell. Advantage coming to Crokes. Even if he doesn't score, they don't need the free because Purcell does score.
Yeah, he's getting through some amount of work now in the second half. Like he's an engine back in front, but his vision is exemplary. He's really, really top class vision. And you can see him here working back as well. Look.
Popping up is Will Wheatley.
And he did
his best, Eddie Gibbons, but he couldn't stop it going over.
It's a big, big wind. Like he didn't even strike that ball right, and it carried it over the bar over Eddie's hurl. It kind of came out of his hand, but the rain's starting to come here now again.
Purcell. Lucy. Good diag to Cian Ryan. Ryan swats it down the line. A goal would be huge for Kilmacud Crokes. They might need one though. Brendan Scanlon. Still Scanlon. Free in.
Yeah. Sean is right. It was a slap of a hurl there. He's right.
Well, if you run at defences, you'll cause them issues.
Yeah, we've said it all day, and that's the first time Scanlon has really done it. No catches left. And look, you have to give it to Crokes. In fairness to them, like you're missing the two big lads inside with Hayes and Considine not there. Like Fergal is top class inter-county player as well. So they're missing three at least if they're starting forwards. So they're putting up a good performance here. Not a massive performance, but a good enough performance to be within a couple of scores from the Fianna with a massive amount to work on and a huge amount of players to come back. So, like, what they'll take a lot from today. But I do believe as well that there's more in them. I think that the potential that's there is huge.
O'Rourke delivers, and we're all square again. Remember, it can end in a draw because this is a round-robin game. Tracy, who we've just seen score a long-distance point. Grogan taps it down to his teammate. It's powerful running from Dara Purcell. Can he take and turn? He's looking to. Taps it back. Costello. Just veers off. It was good running, good work from Roach. Got it to Costello, and Costello unfortunately just couldn't quite keep it on target against that stiff enough breeze.
Yeah, but that, he'll know himself, like that strike again from that static position is not going to work, and Purcell's on the move all the time. This fella's a little diamond, he's look at
what a ball! Unlucky Brendan Scanlon. Oh, detangling with him. Scanlon fouling, free out.
You have to take that, Oisin. Like Scanlon, he looked at himself. Gee, well, like you come out with a ball like that, you have to take that to hand. This thing of putting stick to ball doesn't work, And in fairness, like when Kenny came out, what a ball to give him with loads of space in front of him.
Colin Curry's coming back to strike this one. John O'Tracy might fancy it as well.
Jesus, feels like summer now, right? Doesn't it?
Doesn't it just? Well, Colin Curry would have been the free taker all the way up, wouldn't he? Donald would have been relatively new on them. That goes wide.
And that's the danger with that big wind, that you're just hitting not silly wides, but just unnecessary ones. At least hit the target there, because you've got two or three big men with Barrett have to come in now as well.
Cian McGowan. That wind is picking up all the time, isn't it? Here's Mark Grogan. Cian Ryan. Will he have a go himself?
Give the forward a chance, yeah.
Taking off is Dara Purcell. Purcell is boxed in. Great work by Feeney. Ryan is fouled, free out.
Yeah, good call. I think what the work that Feeney gets through goes so unnoticed at times. Apart from like your name when you bring him out, like he gets through a lot of tackles, a lot of dirty kind of stuff that every manager wants in a midfielder.
His hooks, blocks, and tackles stats are through the roof, I'd say. Veal knocked it down to Linehan. Fell kindly for Hayes. Well, it didn't fall that kindly for Hayes because Colin Curry has it.
That's great refereeing by Sean Stack. Ooh, you could be in trouble now. It's really good refereeing, and Colin just being a bit silly afterwards. Like, it's not in his nature. We just got a bit frustrated there as well, because you kind of think as a forward you might get that, but it's really good refereeing. Ran into a crowd and gets his yellow card now just for being that bit of kind of a backlash after it.
Well, no doubt you can hear it, that breeze in the background. Crokes are against that breeze. Gibbons into the corner. Just got away from Roach. Well taken by Liam Rush. Sean Burke, Liam Rush gets it back. Colin Curry misses.
They're just not judging that wind, are they? They're just giving that pass just a bit too much on it every time.
Stacey thought he had it, but Crokes steal it back. Bit of a loose pass out of defence. Comes to Kenny. And a free in for Kilmacud Crokes.
Yep.
They probably wanted the advantage because Costello was running onto it, but it is a free in nonetheless.
They're working harder at the minute, and the danger with that big wind that the Fianna have behind their back is there's just too much going on the passes. Like Rush should know that better. Like again, just take a small bit off it because they're not giving any of the forwards a real chance of winning their own ball. And in fairness, the Crokes, they're much better in the second half against a really poor breeze.
Here's O'Rourke. He'll take his time over this one. Does it have the accuracy? No.
And they're just the small little moments in a game, especially against a breeze like that you think might have a difference at the end.
That's winter hurling on a summer's day, isn't it? Well, certainly winter conditions.
Again, look at the structure inside now. Each of the Crokes defence, it's real man-on-man stuff. There's not an inch between. That's obviously the message that's come in.
Gavin King gets the elevation.
Oh,
McGowan gets in the way. Stacey almost had it. He might get a second bite at this cherry. Shane Barrett battling for it. I could try to tell you who has the ball, but I'd only be guessing now. It's Cian Ryan. Hayes. Hayes up against Marr. Still Hayes. King tried to block the route. Hayes gets it down the line for Kenny. Is there a free?
Oh, I think the linesman called it as a...
It's an Fianna ball.
I think he's calling it as a steps, is he? Or a chip? You can hear the call from the line, touch tight. They don't want any space inside for those Fianna forwards.
It was funny, but while the line ball was being lined up off camera, Liam Rush was standing completely on his own on the 45-yard line, 45-metre line. Scanlon came sprinting out and covered him. And then it was another 30 seconds until the line ball was struck. Here's Mark Grogan. Grogan. King is waiting for him. Grogan.
Good tackle.
Yeah. Wins the line ball, Grogan.
Fianna will be disappointed now if they don't win this because there's 6-7 minutes left. Like Crokes are down a number of players. They're playing with
Here's
a big...
Colin Curry. Colin Curry escapes from the tackle but loses the ball. It's really good work. Lucy does well, but Colin Curry hasn't given up. Sean Curry now in. Brian Sheehy goes to ground. Free out Kilmacud Crokes.
Yeah, like I was saying, they'll be disappointed, Oisín, because they're playing with a big, massive... Like you would never get a win like this in the middle of the summer.
Sheehy. Gibbons wants it and gets. Great delivery. McHugh just gets in and does enough. Donal Ryan got in there too. Costello trying to close down Ryan. Just dropped it. It's tough conditions to try and take the ball first time, but Feeney doesn't give up on it. Donal Ryan.
It's a dangerous game to be playing, Oisín, with that wind.
It's very dangerous. O'D does. Well, he should have got there. He didn't though. Here's Roach. Roach to put Crokes ahead. Wide.
And apart from 2 or 3 poor shots from Crokes, like that small-sided game in around the middle with a big wind, and you've Shane Barrett at 14.
Grogan. Sean Curry goes to close him down. Lucy. Gibbons. Back to Lucy. Grogan. Roach again making himself available. Conor McHugh gets out in front, breaks it, but only as far as Oisin O'Rourke. O'Rourke trying to get away from McHugh, tries to get a shot away. McHugh blocks him down and just smothered him. Donal Ryan, good tackling. No, it wasn't, it was a chop down.
Yeah. It's poor that the last few minutes have been poor now from both sides. They'll see it themselves. It's just the quality has dropped massively. Maybe it's the elements, like you said, it's the wind.
Is that also because we're very early in the season and they were playing at high intensity?
It is, but it's but I think if for either of these two teams now, you want to go into a 4-week break knowing that you're through, you're nearly guaranteed a semi-final. A couple of those rugby friends of yours down there with the songs, I think, Gush.
Tracy, they're adding a bit of noise, a bit of atmosphere. I'm actually okay with it.
It's
Tracy hits it wide.
It's like neither of the teams want to win it at the minute. You have 3 or 4 minutes left.
McGowan. Heard the shout from Ryan. Ryan has to be careful because Colin Curry was there. Ryan looking for Costello. Donal Ryan does well, but it breaks nicely for Costello. Costello just got away, but came to O'Rourke. Got away from Veal. That is O'Rourke with a poor touch. Uncharacteristic. Here's O'D. He's fouled.
Yeah, smart.
And from that kind of position, and with the breeze that they have behind them, Na Fianna could get a score from this.
They could, yeah. And Oisin knows himself. Like Oisin had an excellent game, but a poor pass. Didn't really strike it. Interesting that Crokes brought. When they, in the second half, they came back out and they brought Brendan Kenny just a little bit further up the field and allowed that, looked for his legs to get on ball just to move the 6, and they've put him in on top of Rushy now as well to try and get him out of there. Big free now for Colin.
Curry to put Na Fianna in front.
No.
It's wide. Well, I think fatigue is hitting both teams. The conditions not making it easy either. Cian McGowan looking for O'Rourke. Just spills off his hurley and Wheatley tries to take it. O'Rourke cleverly allowed it to trickle over the line ball to Crokes. Rolled Cian Ryan, who called for it straight away. Lenihan moved on to Dara Purcell. Purcell looking for Costello, who switched sides. McHugh breaks it. O'D tries to win it. Costello over it. The battle continues. Gavin King back trying to dig it out. Will it go to a yellow jersey or a purple one?
Big couple of minutes now, like a mistake or a free.
Brian Hayes. Dara Purcell. Purcell regathers. Purcell slips, gives to O'Rourke. Through it.
He knows himself, in fairness. He's an honest young lad, you can see. Sean is right beside it too.
They're running on fumes at this stage, aren't they?
They are a bit. I think. Do you know what's standing out to me is that Crokes, because of the players they're missing, don't really have real options inside to hit the ball into, and they're playing around the half-forward line looking to get on Oisin on ball so he can put it over the bar. But because you're missing Hayes and Considine and Quaylan's gone off and Fergal, they don't really have danger inside. Yeah. It's a big free for Colin. He has to nail this.
Yeah, well, there is danger for Crokes here. Curry to possibly win it if he sticks this one over.
Yeah.
Over it goes. It's Na Fianna by 1. McGowan. Scanlon came to try and get it. Rush did well. Wheatley takes it. Here's Rush again. Marr, whose couple of points could make a big difference here. Shane Barrett.
He'll go now. He will go at it.
Barrett up against McGowan. He's at a very tight angle. Still Barrett. Barrett. Free out.
He always, when there's never a time where he doesn't go at it. He probably could have just tapped it over the bar, but he's since a young age, he's always been that kind of player to really go at it.
Gibbons. Is there one last chance for Crokes?
I'd say there's 2 minutes. I'd say there's 2 minutes.
Here's Cian Ryan. They found scores really hard to come by in the last while. Lenihan, he's dispossessed. Here's Colin Curry. Colin Curry for the runner. He takes it well. He's on his way. It's Stacey. He's bottled up. Kavanagh's with him. Still it's Stacey. Now it's Kavanagh. He's got Gavin King running off him. Kavanagh might need him. Kavanagh strokes it over.
And that all came from that direct running again. Young Stacey came running through, realised he'd no catches left, but what a ball to give across the defence by young Ryan. And he's had a good game, he's a fine young player, but what a ball to give across.
Sean Curry knew exactly what he was doing. And there's a bit of a hurley wrestling competition going on here. Crokes now need a goal, don't they? I don't think they have time to get a couple of points.
Yeah, put it in then, Eddie. Put the ball in on top of the square.
Purcell looking for Grogan and finding him. Grogan against Ryan. Grogan. This to narrow to one. If it goes over, and it has, it's a 1 point game. So obviously Crokes asked when that free was given what kind of time was left. So they feel they do have the chance to go and get 2 points, and they've got one of them. But they have to get the possession back here. Tracy.
Brilliant.
Veal files Lelehan. This to equalise. And the cheers from the Nafina supporters.
Jono needs to take his time now. I'd say he's been told by the Nafina defence to... It's a great run out here to the right. Young Stacey. Curry wants it as well. I like that. I want the forwards looking for the ball now as well. This is a big moment in the match.
That goes, I was about to say it goes straight out. It's a line ball rather than a full-time whistle. So Crokes might have one last chance. They only need a point. Well, to equalise, that is. Oh, Barrett gets in the way of it. Colin Curry tries to win it. Grogan, it went through his legs. Here's Cian Ryan. Cian Ryan gets it back for Crokes. Yeah. Here's Brendan Kenny now. Mark Grogan. Grogan looking for Costello. Costello has a look up. Gives it to Purcell. Purcell didn't have the room, but he does have the free.
Yeah. Could be a bit against, is it outside Oisín's range against that breeze, even though it's died down a small bit.
Yeah. He fancies it.
Really brave by young Purcell there. Definitely been Crokes' best player in my opinion, along with Oisín. He's been excellent, really just as a brain and brave and willing to go forward and work back too. It's a big free. Geez, these two teams, they never fail to...
yeah, they don't do boring, do they?
No, they don't.
Now, I don't know if this is the last strike of the game, but it's probably not far off it. Oisín O'Rourke tried to steal half a metre or so.
These are great now when they go over, like the hands up to the crowd at the end. He'd love this one, but I just think it might be a little bit far for him with the wind that's there.
Oisín O'Rourke with this late free at the end of a very entertaining match. O'Rourke, will it stay on frame? O'Rourke, it's gone over.
Yeah,
we're all square, and that might be that. Very little has separated these two in the last couple of years, and nothing has separated them today. Kilmacud Crokes 23 points, Nafina 314. And I think both teams can take an awful lot from this.
Huge amount. Character at the end, for Oisín to nail that free, missing and maybe 6 starters. I think it gives the management headaches now as well. Look, some really good performances from some of the young lads for Kilmacud. I like Cian Ryan. He had a terrible ball across there towards the end, but they got a couple of scores. I think Nafina will be disappointed. They've more or less a full team apart from Kevin and obviously Shane Barrett came in for a bit of time. I think Nafina will be disappointed playing with that wind in the second half. Oisín, credit to Crokes, did a poor first half at times. But a huge free by Oisín at the end, and for anybody at home, Oisín has 2 hands up in the air as an avid Crokes fan.
Oisín O'Rourke, you mean?
But no, look, really, do you know what it was? It was really enjoyable too, and I keep saying it about young Purcell. I think he's top class, and I think in around the middle he has an engine. Young Kenny did well for them as well, but it came down to Oisín's free at the end, which was, especially with all the kind of jeering that was there too, I think it was a great one to put the fist up to the crowd and say, look, we might see each other again now in September, October.
Is this a better result for Crokes than it is for Nafina, considering what Crokes were missing?
It is 100%. If you're missing, you look at the players that are missing. They're missing, Fergal Whiteley, Ronan Hayes, Alex Considine. There's a few more. Young Davy Crow would be in that team every day of the week. You're missing at least five starters. So, and I think with the quality that, now don't get me wrong, I think with the quality that Crokes have available to them, they should be at this level, and they should be for the next number of years at this level. Yeah. But what does stand out to me today, Oisín, before I go away, because I won't be here the next day, but what is massively evident is they are the best 2 teams in the county without seeing Lucan yet this year, but they're a step ahead of what we've seen so far.
Funnily enough, in O'Toole Park, also a draw. Coola 19 points, Lucan 116. That is in this group. Coola lost to Kilmacud Crokes last week, but they played well for large periods of that game. And for Lucan, that was their opener.
It was, yeah, and I'd say Lucan will be disappointed there because, like what I said to you last week, or just when we were doing the preview this week, the Coola team sheet is very different to what it was 5 or 6 years ago, but the strength of character that's in the club out there, they're still producing some players, and that's a result that will stand to them. It's a tight group, yeah, massively tight group now.
Yep, you have to credit Coola for that draw today. Good result for them. For Nafina, they did play well for large periods, and they put some nice moves together, scored 3 very good goals in the first half. They looked like champions at times out there today, and sometimes when you win it takes a while to kind of get back to the level you were at. I'm not suggesting they were bad, that's not what I'm saying at all. They were good today, but they'll be disappointed not to have won it.
I think again, the first 15 minutes it looked like Donald Burke was top of the ground, like really back to himself again, and he really died out of it then. Now he was well marshalled, and Crokes were very aggressive in their tackle, very aggressive in their physicality, but Burkey wasn't himself for the second 30 minutes at all. AJ's been away now travelling for a lot of the year, so has Paul O'D. It'll give them a chance. Remember, they scored 5 goals last week, another 3 today. So they're going into the break now with 3 points on the board too. I just think if I'm Nafina's management, I'm kind of going, we had a chance there today to put these away, put 4 points on the board. They're missing 3 or 4 of their best players. Will it matter come October when the two of them meet again, or if they meet again? I don't think it will, but I think Nafina will be more disappointed with the point than what Crokes will be.
Okay, let's have a look at some of the highlights. And there were some highlights of this game, weren't there?
Yeah, it was really enjoyable, really lifted the spirit now. This fella has a huge year, like really, really good year with Dublin. I think as well, when you go back to your point there, just one thing I forgot to say was Brian Ryan going off for Nafina, I think was a big moment, whether that was a substitution or whether it was an injury. Like, I thought he was having a really big game, and I was very surprised to see him getting taken off. This direct run on Stacey, down the centre, smart. And I like this, brave. Easiest thing to do at the start of the game, tap it over the bar. Colin, bang, back of the net.
That's a great point you make there, actually, because with Nafina, we talked about the players they do have. What we don't know is at what level of fitness they're at. So both of these two teams are kind of finding their way in the championship, and they could well meet again.
Yeah, a little bit of shadow boxing there, you'd imagine, because they've met and they'd know each other so well. Again, Burkey came in there, great score. Just didn't really see much of him in the second half. Wasn't as this fella, in fairness to Oisín, he pulled out all the stops today. Like, he really had some really big scores in the first half. Himself and Quaylon were probably the only 2 forwards you would say that were good in the first half. And then when it came down to the pivotal moment, again, it's Oisín who comes up with and Quaylon would have been a huge loss. So again, if you're the forwards, think about it. Crokes forwards, no Ronan Hayes, no Considine, no Whiteley, and no Quaylon Conway. 4 of your starting forwards. So to come out with a point today, I think it's a huge result for Crokes. And am I surprised? No. The quality of play was a step ahead of anything we've seen over the last couple of games.
It was exciting, wasn't it?
This fella's great.
Sean Curry, yeah.
Brave, running through, pops the ball off, and again, Colin, bang, Stacey. That's as good as you'd see anywhere. We're critical of our forwards for being too small at times, and I still think when you're brave and you're able to take your man on, I think going forward, we have players to work with.
Roach, he was a thorn in the Nafina side at times today. Not there, that was good work. Well, actually, he won the free there. But
he won the free, but you bring that back to the last clip, and again, Roach had a chance to shoot there. And maybe that'll come in time for him, but you're breaking through a little bit more and get the shot away with a good defending from Nafina.
Fantastic. That penalty wasn't actually a penalty. Sean Stack had a word with these umpires, something else happened, and the throw-in was given. Good refereeing, good officiating by the officiating team. Oisín O'Rourke.
And one thing you don't want, I think with Sean there as well, he did great as a referee. You don't want the referee to be the story of the game, and you're saying the same, like that was a great one you picked out with Oisín with one hand, but you don't want the referee to be the story of the game. It's the same as tomorrow. You can see, obviously, like we said earlier, Chris Mooney's involved tomorrow from Dublin. Johnny Murphy in the middle of the field. You don't want the story tomorrow evening to be about a decision. You want it, and Sean let the game go today and pulled it when it needed to be. And there was a lot of real heavy hitting off the ball as well, which was great to see because it was real championship hurling, and it looked like the two teams really wanted to go at it.
Fair play to Chris Mooney, by the way. Best of luck to him tomorrow. A quality ref. Good fella as well.
Yeah.
Good finish.
Good finish by Gavin there, and one thing I liked about Gavin today, he was brave on the ball. He kind of gets, at times he can be criticised. This was a chance maybe Oisín should have come across.
Lucy just kind of flew in there, didn't he? He just made it really difficult. Oisín O'Rourke.
AJ just Rushy was right on the line with John O'Dare.
Yeah.
This fella, I love Hayes. Like, and what he's added to his game, I said this earlier. There was a couple of times, maybe inter-county this year, when you kind of go, add a little bit more to your end product, and he has worked on it, and he gets a little bit more time, obviously, at club level to do it. But you could show loads. I was really impressed with the standard of that towards. And now again, it wouldn't be hard based on what we saw last week wasn't of high quality, and maybe the first day out, you allow that bit of grace to teams. Kenny, again, I think he's a huge future ahead of him in not only with Crokes but with Dublin as well.
He was lively, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Speaking of lively, Brian Ryan, what a score that was. And as you say, he went off in the second half. We don't know why, whether it was an injury or whatever, but a big loss. Roach, good man to take and turn.
Great man to turn on the ball. Like he seems like he has a real low centre of gravity, real close to hand ball, and then it's just the end product he needs to work on.
He picked up a yellow card early.
But he came on in the second half. Did better. He did. He did.
They took him out of that full back line, and it allowed him to kind of make an impact on the game.
Yeah, I think for me he's more of a 5 or a 7 than a full back, but it's just I just think, especially when he was on he seemed to be really nervous after getting the yellow card that he was going to get into contact. Rush, I thought, was good for Nafina at times. Got caught a little bit thinking a bit too long maybe on some of the balls on occasions, but I just think Nafina will be like the huge wind there. Will either of them be massively disappointed? No, but I think Nafina will be more disappointed. This was huge from Jono. Like, this will be Jono's clip now for the next
that he will clip himself.
Social
Management
media
won't need to clip this. He'll do it himself.
He's a great, like a massive character, huge character. A lot of time for him. Really honest fella and great fun as well. But he's a serious puck of a ball. Great score.
He did well when he came in.
He did, yeah, and
as did Wheatley.
And some of the names that are popping up for Nafina are maybe names that we haven't heard over the last kind of 12, 24 months. But I think when it came down to it, Colin had a huge free here. They probably thought they'd won it. Shane went through that time, possibly could have tapped the ball over the bar with that chance towards the end. Like, this was great here. Nafina thought they'd won, came over to the side,
Yeah, I have to say, I thought this was the ceiling score from Kavanagh.
And this was brave, that's a big score to take on by Mark, out on the sideline off his left hand side, and then you the little magician then comes in at the end, and we questioned whether he'd have the distance or not, and he'd loads of it and straight between the black spot.
They're still here, they're still in the mood for it, they're still enjoying it. I actually think that's the French Gaelic football team who've come over to play some challenge games. I could be completely guessing.
Right.
I'm just looking at the crest on they've enjoyed their day anyway. They're still enjoying it, judging by the looks of it.
2 cans.
Yeah. Not that we encourage that sort of behaviour. And if you are going to do that, do it responsibly. You won't be at that tomorrow in Croke Park, will you?
No.
For the All-Ireland final, Cork against Clare. What a game that's going to be. I have to say, I feel like the kid in Charlie in the Chocolate Factory that I got the goal.
You're starting to look like him. Come on. We have to go.
That kid is here. He's way more here than I do. But anyway, lucky enough to be going tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. Joe, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Enjoy your break. We'll be back with football in a couple of weeks. Keep an eye on Dublin GAA's website for detail on all of today's scores and all of the scores from across the weekend, not just at senior grade, but senior, intermediate, junior, etc. We'll also update the tables. For Nafina and Kilmacud Crokes, it's been a decent start to the championship. They both won last week, and obviously they had a draw today. Lucan opened up with the draw against Coola, who lost last week, so that was a good result for them. St Vincent's are having a great old time. They've now won 2 from 2, and if you want to watch back their game from earlier on against Ballyboden St Enda's, who opened up with a defeat, then you can do so. Check out the Dublin GAA social media channels for more on the games that we showed on Dubs TV. You can check out the best of the action if you don't have time to watch it all back, and obviously keep an eye on Dubs on the Dublin GAA social media channels for details of the games that we'll be broadcasting on Dubs TV in the next couple of weeks. If you're going to the final tomorrow or just watching it, enjoy it. It should be a belter. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with football. From Joe and myself and all the team, thanks for joining us from a rainy Parnell Park. Let's hope it's sunny tomorrow. It will be metaphorically, whatever about literally. Take care. Bye bye.
StayCity Apart Hotels. Half apartment, half hotel. Warm beds, comfy sofas, and fully equipped kitchens. We offer guests more, so you can do more. Cook, sleep, work, play. Welcoming, accommodating, and big beds for jumping. Smart travellers choose StayCity because StayCity is the smart choice. StayCity, half apartment, half hotel. all across Europe.